Are you curious about the truth? Power is rewarded in the world, not kindness. It's time to wake up if you've ever felt trapped, like you're doing everything correctly, but still lagging behind. We're going to dissect the methods used by the most influential people in the world to stand out in this video. You'll discover how to manage your feelings, establish inflexible limits, and quit allowing other people to determine how successful you are. Follow along to learn how to stop requesting permission to rise and the keys to developing true power. I promise that this will make a huge difference. You've been told the world is fair, that if you work hard enough, good things will come. But that's not how it works. The world doesn't reward goodness. It rewards force, control, and the ability to outsmart others. You've spent too much time waiting for recognition. You've chased approval, seeking love and admiration. But here's the truth. The world doesn't care about your kindness. It doesn't care if you're patient or humble. The world cares about what you can take, what you can command. Most people believe success comes from being nice, from being liked. But that's a lie. People respect power, not virtue. They follow those who can lead, not those who beg. It's not enough to play by the rules. You must break them, use them against others. It's time to stop being the person who hesitates, who waits for permission. You've been trained to follow, to ask, to seek approval. But to rise, you need to start taking what's yours. Power is not something given. It's something you take. It's something you build with silence, strategy, and strength. You might feel tired, like you've been running in circles, doing things the right way, only to see others win. It's because you've been playing the wrong game. You've been trying to win the game the world created for everyone else. The world isn't fair. The people who rise to the top, they're the ones who understand this. You're not weak by nature. You've just been trained to think you are. You've been told to be humble, to shrink back, to wait your turn. But humility without power is submission. The world doesn't reward those who wait. It rewards those who take action. To rise, you must start acting. You must become the person others fear, not because you're cruel, but because you have something they want. Power. Power is control. Power is influence. And to get it, you have to stop being predictable. You can't be controlled. You can't be manipulated. Take a look around. The strong act weak, and the weak act righteous. It's a game of perception. The truly powerful don't shout. They don't explain. They move in silence, and they act through others. They know that the world listens when you speak little but act big. So start being that person, the one who isn't defined by what others think, but by what you do. Start being the person who doesn't need approval. Start being the person who can stand alone and still move the world. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on power, strategy, and control. Now I'll show you why emotional control is the key to dominance. It's not about being strong. It's about making others believe you're unstoppable. The truth is simple. Power isn't about being nice or seeking approval. It's about emotional control. If you let your emotions control you, others will control you too. They'll know what makes you angry, what makes you afraid, and they'll use it against you. You've been taught to react, to be sensitive, to care about how others feel. But this makes you weak. Emotional reactions make you predictable. And if you're predictable, people can control you. The ones who control their emotions are the ones who control the game. Look around. The most powerful people are the ones who stay calm. They don't react. They don't get angry or sad. They don't wear their feelings on their sleeve. They keep their emotions locked inside because they know that emotions are weaknesses others can exploit. Think about it. How many times have you been tricked, manipulated, or made to feel guilty because of your emotions? How many times have you overreacted, only to regret it later? That's because emotions are the easiest way to manipulate someone. And the moment you let your emotions control you, you give others the power. Real power comes from silence. It comes from holding your cards close, not letting anyone see your hand. People can only control you if they know what you're feeling, what you're thinking. If they can read you, they can beat you. But if you're unreadable, they can't touch you. Emotional control is about making others feel unsure of themselves, making them second-guess their own actions. When people can't predict how you'll react, they're on edge. They're in a position of weakness because they don't know if they can manipulate you. This is where real power lies. It's not in shouting, not in flexing your muscles. It's in remaining calm when everyone else is losing their minds. It's in making your presence known without ever needing to speak a word. People are drawn to those who are emotionally stable. They respect those who can withstand pressure without flinching. And when they see that you don't react, they start to wonder what you're capable of. That's when they start to fear you, not because you're loud, but because they can't control you. When you master emotional control, you master the game. You control your own destiny. You dictate how others treat you. You no longer need to beg for respect. You earn it by showing that you cannot be moved, cannot be manipulated, and when they realize they can't move you, they start to respect you. They start to follow you, not because you asked, but because you showed them who's in charge. If you're ready to take control of your emotions and rise to the top, hit subscribe for more tips on building real power. Perception is everything. The way people see you can either make or break your power. The truth is, perception isn't reality. It's a weapon. How others perceive you determines how they treat you, how they fear you, and how they respect you. Most people think that to gain respect, you have to show them who you are. Explain yourself. Prove your worth. But that's a mistake. You don't need to explain yourself to anyone. You don't need to beg for approval. You just need to control the way people see you. Powerful people understand this. They know that the way they are perceived is more important than the truth. They don't need to shout to prove their strength. They don't need to argue. They simply move with confidence and let others see their value. Think about the most powerful people you know. They're not the loudest or the most obvious. They don't show all their cards. They leave a little mystery. They make others wonder what they're really capable of. That's how they control the narrative, and that's how you should act too. When you make yourself predictable, you make yourself weak. People will know how to handle you, what to expect from you. They will manipulate you, but when you remain a mystery, they can't figure you out. They'll hesitate before crossing you because they won't know what will happen if they do. This is where real power comes in. It's not about being the biggest or the loudest. It's about being the one who can control the story. It's about having the ability to shape how others perceive you without lifting a finger. Your silence becomes a weapon. Your restraint becomes a strategy. The less you reveal, the more others wonder. They wonder if you're hiding something. They wonder if you're stronger than you let on. And that wonder gives you power. Now, if you want to dive even deeper into mastering the art of power and control, there's another video you should watch. They will fear you. If you learn this, Machiavelli's 18 Dangerous Rules is essential. In it, you'll learn the strategies to build a powerful presence, how to use your mind as your greatest weapon, and how to make people fear the consequences of betraying you. Watch it to understand how to dominate the game with your mind and become untouchable. I'll show you how to build emotional detachment to strengthen your position. When you stop seeking validation, you become unshakable. Stay tuned to learn how to remain calm and focused no matter the situation. Emotional detachment is one of the most powerful tools you can have. The truth is, emotions can cloud your judgment, weaken your decisions, and hold you back. When you allow your emotions to take over, you lose control. You let other people and situations dictate your actions. And that's not how the powerful operate. To become unshakable, you need to separate yourself from the need for approval, validation, and comfort. This doesn't mean being cold or heartless. It means mastering your emotions, not letting them control you. It means understanding that your power lies in your ability to stay calm and focused, no matter what happens around you. When you detach from the emotional noise of others, you create space for clear thinking. You stop reacting to every challenge, every slight, every opinion. Instead, you choose how to respond. You control your reactions instead of being controlled by them. And when you can do this, you become dangerous in the best way possible. People often confuse emotional detachment with weakness, but in reality, it's the opposite. It's strength. It's the strength to make decisions without being swayed by fear, anger, or guilt. It's the strength to stand firm, even when others try to push you off course. Think about it. How many times have you been emotionally manipulated, either intentionally or unintentionally? How many times have you let your emotions drive you into poor decisions? The key to breaking free from this cycle is learning to detach emotionally. When you detach, you stop being reactive. You stop being the person who overreacts to situations, who gives in to frustration, who falls for emotional manipulation. Instead, you become the person who controls the environment. the person who chooses their response with clarity and precision. Emotional detachment also helps you focus on what truly matters. When you're not distracted by feelings of guilt, shame, or fear, you can make better choices. You can keep your eyes on your goals, your vision, and your mission, and that's how you rise. It's time to stop letting your emotions run the show. It's time to take control. It's time to become emotionally untouchable. Mastering your mindset is the key to everything. It's not just about controlling your emotions or how others perceive you. It's about how you think, how you view challenges, and how you shape your reality. Your mind is your most powerful tool, and if you can control it, you can control your world. Most people let their thoughts control them. They let fear, doubt, and negativity dictate what they do. They believe their circumstances define them, that their past mistakes will always hold them back. But here's the truth. Your mind doesn't have to work against you. In fact, it's the one thing that can work for you if you learn how to use it. Powerful people understand this. They know that what happens to them isn't as important as how they respond to it. They don't let their thoughts control their actions. They take charge of their mindset, choosing to think with clarity and focus no matter what the world throws at them. This is why you must take responsibility for your thoughts. You must choose to think in ways that empower you, not weaken you. You must stop letting fear dictate your actions. Stop letting negative thoughts hold you back. Instead, train your mind to focus on what you can control and let go of everything else. The world will always try to pull you in different directions. People will tell you what you should do, how you should think, and what you should believe. But the most powerful people are the ones who have the strength to think for themselves. They don't follow the crowd. They don't let others decide what's possible for them. They define their own path. To control your mindset, you need to stop reacting to everything. Stop letting every little thing shake your confidence. When things go wrong, don't spiral into negativity. Instead, see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Shift your mindset to focus on solutions, not problems. When you control your thoughts, you control your actions. When you control your actions, you control your results. And that's when you start to see real power, not from external validation, but from the strength of your own mindset. If you're ready to take control of your thoughts and unlock your true potential, subscribe and stay tuned for more insights on mastering your mindset. Unpredictability is one of the strongest weapons you can wield. People fear what they can't understand, and when they can't predict what you'll do, they become cautious around you. They start to respect you, not because you're loud or forceful, but because they don't know what's coming next. Most people are predictable. You know exactly what they'll do in certain situations. Their reactions are easy to read, and that makes them easy to manipulate. But when you're unpredictable, when you move in ways no one expects, you put yourself in a position of power. Being unpredictable doesn't mean being erratic or chaotic. It means making calculated moves that keep others guessing. It means acting when others expect you to stay silent, staying silent when they expect you to react. It's about never showing your full hand, never letting others know exactly what you're capable of. Think about it. If everyone knows exactly how you'll respond, they'll take advantage of that. They'll use it against you. But if they can't predict you, they can't control you. They'll hesitate before crossing you. They'll second guess their moves. And that hesitation is your opportunity. To be unpredictable, you need to start thinking differently. You can't be the person who reacts to every little thing. You can't be the person who lets emotions drive decisions. You need to think strategically, making decisions based on what will give you the most leverage in the future, not just what feels right in the moment. The most powerful people in the world are the ones who don't make their intentions obvious. They move in silence. They observe, they calculate, and then they act. Their actions aren't predictable, and that's why they're respected. Unpredictability is also about keeping others off balance. When they don't know where you stand, they can't use your weaknesses against you. They can't anticipate your next move, and that's when they start to fear you. This doesn't mean you should be difficult just for the sake of it. It means you should keep others guessing, so they never know exactly what you're thinking or planning. You don't have to announce your next move, and you shouldn't. The less they know, the more power you have. Now we'll dive into the power of silence. The quieter you are, the stronger your presence becomes. People fear what they can't hear, and that fear is what you'll use to your advantage. Don't miss the next part. Silence is more powerful than you think. In a world where everyone is constantly speaking, shouting for attention, silence becomes a weapon. It forces people to pay attention to what you're not saying, and that's when they start to feel the weight of your presence. When you remain silent, you create a sense of mystery. People wonder what's going on in your mind. They wonder why you're not reacting, and that wonder creates fear. Fear of the unknown is one of the most powerful emotions, and it's something you can use to your advantage. Think about the last time someone said something that made you feel uncomfortable. You probably wanted to respond right away, to defend yourself, to explain yourself. But in those moments, silence is your strongest move. When you don't react, when you hold your ground, you send a message that you cannot be easily moved. Powerful people understand this. They know that silence can unsettle others. It forces them to question their assumptions, to second-guess their actions. And when others start questioning themselves, they lose control. You gain control. Silence isn't just about not talking. It's about making your presence felt without saying a word. It's about holding your ground, staying calm, and letting your actions speak for themselves. It's about giving the other person space to reveal their true intentions while you keep your own plans hidden. By remaining silent, you also show others that you don't need their validation. You don't need to justify yourself. You don't need to explain your actions. Your silence makes it clear that you don't need anyone's approval to move forward. And when people see that, they start to respect you. They start to fear you. When you speak less, your words become more powerful. They carry weight because you don't use them carelessly. You save them for the moments that matter, for when you want to make an impact. And that's how you build real influence, through your actions and the weight of your silence. Remember, silence is not weakness. It's not passivity. It's a strategy. It's a way of keeping control of the narrative, of making others wonder what you're thinking, what you're planning. And the more they wonder, the more power you have. In a world full of noise, being quiet is one of the most powerful things you can do. Let your silence speak for you. Let it show others that you don't need to explain yourself, that your power comes from within, and that you can't be easily manipulated. If you're ready to use silence as a strategy and make your presence felt without saying a word, hit subscribe for more lessons on how to command the room. Boundaries are essential if you want to protect your power. Without them, you're vulnerable. People will take advantage of you, drain your energy, and push you around. But when you set clear boundaries, you take control of your life and your influence. Most people don't set boundaries because they're afraid of conflict. They want to please others, avoid confrontation, and maintain peace. But this weakens them. It makes them predictable and easy to manipulate. Power doesn't come from being agreeable. It comes from knowing when to say no. Boundaries are your way of saying, this is who I am, and this is what I will not tolerate. They show others that you respect yourself and won't let anyone cross you. When you set boundaries, you communicate that your time, energy, and attention are valuable, and they cannot be taken for granted. Think about it. How many times have you given in to others because you didn't want to upset them? How many times have you let someone push you around because you didn't want to say no? This is the mistake most people make. They allow others to define their limits, and in doing so, they give up their power. Setting boundaries means you get to decide how much of yourself you give to others. It means you don't have to please everyone. You don't have to say yes to every request, every invitation, every demand. You have the power to decide what's worth your time and what isn't. And when you start enforcing those boundaries, people will begin to respect you more. They'll stop taking you for granted. They'll know that crossing you comes with consequences. And that's when your power begins to grow. Your boundaries aren't just for other people. They're for you too. They protect your energy, your peace, and your focus. Without boundaries, you'll constantly be distracted, pulled in different directions, and worn out. But with them, you'll have the mental and emotional space to focus on what truly matters. And here's the thing, enforcing boundaries isn't always easy. People will test them. They'll try to push you to see how much they can get away with. But you have to stand firm. You can't let anyone disrespect your limits, because if you do, you're telling them that your value is negotiable, and it's not. Boundaries are the key to protecting your time and energy. They're the foundation of your power. And once you start setting and enforcing them, you'll start to notice a shift. People will begin to treat you differently. They'll see you as someone who knows their worth, someone who won't tolerate disrespect. And that's when your influence grows. Now we'll discuss how to eliminate distractions and stay focused on your goals. When you remove the noise, you can move with precision. Stay tuned to learn how to stay on track and keep pushing forward. Distractions are everywhere. People, opinions, noise, and even your own doubts. They all pull your attention away from what matters most. If you want to rise above the chaos, you need to learn how to eliminate distractions and focus on your goals. The first step is recognizing that distractions are not just external. They can come from within. Your thoughts, your fears, your insecurities, they all have the potential to pull you off course. And if you let them, they will. But you don't have to let them. You can take control of your mind and keep it focused on what you want to achieve. Most people get distracted by shiny objects, the latest trend, the next big opportunity. They chase after things without considering if they align with their goals. But the powerful don't waste time on distractions. They stay focused on their mission, and they move towards it with unwavering determination. Think about how much time you waste every day on things that don't serve you. Scrolling through social media, watching pointless videos, engaging in pointless conversations. All of this steals your time and energy, time that you could be using to get closer to your goals. The truth is, distractions are the enemy of progress. To eliminate distractions, you need to simplify your life, cut out the noise, set clear goals, and stick to them. Don't let anyone or anything sway you from your path. Focus on what's important and ignore the rest. The more you focus, the more momentum you build. And the more momentum you have, the harder it is for distractions to pull you off course. But focusing on your goals doesn't mean you need to be busy all the time. It's about being intentional with your time. It's about doing the right things, not the most things. When you prioritize your goals, everything else becomes secondary. You stop getting caught up in unnecessary drama, opinions, and distractions. You learn to say no to what doesn't matter, so you can say yes to what does. You also need to protect your time. Stop letting other people take it from you. If someone is wasting your time or dragging you into their distractions, cut them off. Your time is your most valuable resource, and you can't afford to let others waste it for you. When you start respecting your time, others will start respecting it too. The more you focus on what's important, the clearer your path becomes. You'll find that distractions no longer have the power to throw you off track. You'll move forward with purpose and clarity, and that's when you start seeing real progress. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's not about motivation, it's about commitment. The most powerful people are not the ones who feel inspired every day. They are the ones who show up, no matter how they feel. They are the ones who do what needs to be done, even when they don't want to. Discipline is the muscle that keeps you moving forward when everything else is telling you to stop. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of new ideas, to feel motivated at the start, but motivation fades. The real test comes when the initial excitement is gone, and it's just you, your goals, and your discipline. You can't rely on motivation. If you do, you'll find yourself constantly starting over, constantly fighting to get back on track. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is what keeps you consistent. It's what keeps you moving forward, even when there's no applause, no reward, and no immediate results. Think about it. How many times have you given up because things weren't going the way you expected? How many times have you let obstacles or setbacks stop you from moving forward? Discipline is the difference between quitting and persevering. It's the difference between success and failure. The powerful understand this. They know that every day is a new opportunity to build momentum. They don't let setbacks stop them. They don't let the bad days dictate their actions. They keep moving forward, no matter what. They stay focused on the long-term goal and push through the short-term obstacles. Discipline also means having the self-control to stay on track when it's tempting to stray. It's about doing what's hard because you know it's necessary. It's about choosing the hard work today that will pay off tomorrow. And that's what separates the ones who make it from the ones who don't. When you make discipline a habit, you make success inevitable. Success isn't about having the best ideas or the most talent. It's about the ability to keep going when others stop. It's about doing what others are unwilling to do, over and over again, until you get where you want to be. This doesn't mean you won't face challenges. Of course you will. But when you have discipline, you have the power to overcome them. You have the strength to keep moving forward when everything around you is falling apart. And that's when you become unstoppable. If you're ready to build the discipline that will take you to the top, hit subscribe and stay tuned for more strategies on how to develop unwavering focus and persistence. Failure is not the end, it's a lesson. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't the number of times they fail, but how they handle failure. Most people see failure as something to avoid, something that proves they're not good enough. But that's not how the powerful see it. They see failure as a stepping stone, a chance to learn, adapt, and come back stronger. Every failure is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to learn what doesn't work, to refine your strategy, and to grow. When you fail, you're not losing. You're gaining experience. You're gaining knowledge. You're gaining the resilience that will push you forward, even when things seem impossible. Think about the times you failed in the past. Did it stop you? Or did it motivate you to try again, to do better? The most successful people fail more than anyone else, but they don't let their failures define them. They use them to fuel their next move. They don't sit around feeling sorry for themselves. They get up, adjust their approach, and go back at it. Failure also builds resilience. It's the process of failing, learning, and trying again that makes you stronger. Each time you fail, you're conditioning your mind to push through the discomfort, to embrace the process, and to keep going. The more you fail and keep moving forward, the harder it is for failure to stop you. When you face failure with the right mindset, it no longer becomes something to fear. It becomes a tool for growth. You start to understand that failure is not a reflection of who you are, but a part of the journey. It's how you learn, adapt, and improve. The key is to not let failure keep you down. When things don't go as planned, don't see it as the end. See it as a sign that you're on the right path. The ones who quit after failure are the ones who never get to the next level. The ones who keep going, no matter how many times they fail, are the ones who rise above the rest. Learn to embrace failure. Understand that it's a part of the process, not something to avoid. It's how you grow. It's how you get better. And when you learn to use failure as a tool, you'll realize that it's not a setback, it's the path forward. An unshakable mindset is the foundation of power. It's the ability to keep moving forward, no matter what happens. It's the strength to stay calm in chaos, to keep your focus even when things are falling apart around you. Without it, nothing else matters. No amount of skill, no amount of strategy can make up for a weak mindset. An unshakable mindset means you don't let anything control your thoughts, your emotions, or your actions. You don't let fear stop you. You don't let doubt cloud your judgment. You understand that challenges are a part of the process and you accept them. You use them to build strength, not to break you. Most people let their circumstances control their mindset. They get overwhelmed by problems, let setbacks define them, or let negative people pull them down. But you can't let external factors dictate how you think. You must take control of your thoughts, and in doing so, you take control of your life. The power of an unshakable mindset is that it lets you push through when everyone else gives up. When things get tough, it's easy to lose focus, to let emotions take over. But when you have a strong mindset, you see obstacles as challenges to overcome, not roadblocks. You understand that success is never a straight line. It's full of ups and downs, twists and turns, and how you handle those moments is what will define your future. An unshakable mindset also means having the courage to stay true to yourself, even when the world tries to pull you in different directions. It's easy to follow the crowd, to do what others are doing, to blend in. But to truly rise, you need the strength to stand out, to stay aligned with your vision, and to keep pushing toward your goals, no matter how hard it gets. Building a strong mindset takes time and consistency. It's about practicing mental toughness every day. It's about pushing yourself to keep going when you don't feel like it. It's about developing the mental discipline to stay focused on your long-term goals, even when the short-term distractions seem more urgent. Think about the most successful people in the world. They don't have superpowers. They don't have it all figured out. What they have is an unshakable belief in themselves and their abilities. They know that setbacks are temporary, that failure is just a lesson, and that they are capable of achieving whatever they set their minds to. Your mindset will determine everything. If you believe you can, you will. If you believe you can't, you won't. The key is to stop listening to the doubts, to stop letting fear and uncertainty control you. Instead, train your mind to focus on what you want and don't let anything shake that belief. You've learned how to build real power, control your mind, and dominate your world. But this is just the beginning. To go even further, you need to keep refining your strategy. Don't stop here. Watch the next video. They will fear you. If you learn this, Machiavelli's 18 Dangerous Rules, it will show you how to make your mind your most dangerous weapon and how to control the game completely. If you're ready to take this to the next level, click on the video now. Remember, power isn't something you ask for, it's something you create. See you in next one.